Hollywood politics and America have chosen the working royals. Harry and Meghan are forgotten, irrelevant, and scrambling to stay visible. The announcement didn't just land, it detonated. A full-blown reputation-shredding explosion that ripped straight through Montecito. Overnight, every major outlet ran the same headline with ruthless clarity. The royal family is coming to America, and the Sussexes are nowhere on the list. Not invited, not acknowledged, not even hinted at. Now, the royal family is gearing up for a massive trip to the US to celebrate America's 250th birthday next year. This is a historic diplomatic milestone, yet there is speculation that there will be absolutely no reunion with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. They are reportedly out in the cold, excluded from the very history they once claimed they were making. Before we dive into the panicked meetings happening in Montecito right now and the real reason Hollywood has turned its back, do us a quick favor. If you want to stay ahead of every royal power play and celebrity snub, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications for the Ruby Report. We are tracking this story as it develops, and trust me, you do not want to miss what happens next. The fallout didn't stop at the headlines. Within hours, the narrative shifted from surprise to something far more humiliating. The conversation wasn't, why weren't they included? It was, why would they be? Diplomatic circles whispered about clean optics, while entertainment pundits seemed relieved the circus wasn't being invited back into town. Meghan, who built her second career on carefully crafted appearances, suddenly found herself watching the biggest stage in the world being assembled without her name anywhere near the guest list. What made it worse was the clarity of the palace's strategy. This wasn't avoidance. This was erasure by design. The royal household simply moved forward, confident and unbothered, as though Harry and Meghan were a past PR experiment that had run its course. In Hollywood, where relevance is currency, nothing burns more than being treated as though you never mattered. The British monarchy reclaimed America, and they didn't even need to raise their voices. Before anyone could process the snub, another ugly truth was simmering. Harry and Meghan's empire wasn't just wobbling, it was collapsing. Netflix had grown quiet. After the initial documentary rush faded, every idea seemed to sink before it left the shore. Spotify's departure was even more bruising, with a top executive calling them grifters. Meghan's attempt at rebranding through American Riviera Orchard only amplified the comedy. The Duchess, who once imagined herself directing global philanthropy, was packaging jars of jam like an Etsy seller. So when the palace revealed the royal tours, the timing was catastrophic. The contrast wasn't subtle. It was devastating. The world saw two paths. One rooted in legacy and service, the other in sponsored baskets and quiet cancellations. There was a time when Harry and Meghan stood at the center of the global stage, poised to reshape the monarchy. But they wanted something else. Something louder, flashier, more independent. They stepped away from the machine that amplified them and underestimated the power of the institution they left behind. Now, those roles they abandoned are thriving in the hands of people who understand duty over drama. The saddest part isn't that Harry and Meghan lost influence. It is that the monarchy didn't lose anything at all. The machine kept moving. The roles were filled, and the world adjusted with surprising ease. The couple who thought they were irreplaceable are now learning the harshest truth of all. No one is irreplaceable when the institution is older than your entire family line. What the palace unveiled wasn't a schedule. It was a strategy. Two tours spaced months apart, designed to saturate the American media cycle. King Charles and Queen Camilla will handle the formal diplomacy. Prince William and Princess Catherine will deliver the glamour. It is a masterclass in soft power, leaving zero room for Montecito interference. By the time the second tour begins, America will have spent months reconnecting with the monarchy. The optics are astonishingly clean. Two couples united by duty, stepping onto American soil with grace and confidence. No scandals, no camera crews, just the institution doing what it does best. And in the background, Harry and Meghan will be forced to watch as the country they thought they controlled becomes the stage for a royal renaissance that does not feature them. Meghan always assumed America was her stage. She envisioned red carpets stretching from Hollywood to Washington. But the brutal reality has arrived. The American public has spoken, and its verdict is unambiguous. Kate is the one capturing hearts and headlines, not Meghan. Not even close. Hollywood elites will scramble to secure invitations to glittering state dinners, leaving Meghan to orchestrate parking lot photo ops. Charities will beg for Kate's endorsement. Photographers will chase her shadow, while Meghan's Montecito mansion sits empty of the glamour she once claimed to control. This isn't merely a blow to her ego. It is a dismantling of the identity she worked so hard to construct. Everything she portrayed in her Oprah interview collapses under the weight of a single tour announcement. America is choosing tradition over spectacle, leaving Meghan in the dust. If Meghan's nightmare is losing America, Harry's nightmare is even grimmer, erasure. The country he fled now welcomes the family he abandoned. His father will arrive commanding respect. His brother will arrive embodying charisma. The institution he once served will thrive without him. Harry, who once lamented being the spare, is confronting an even harsher reality. He is unnecessary. Every connection he cultivated, every charitable role he occupied has been absorbed by the working royals. By stepping away, he has rendered himself obsolete in the eyes of the world he sought to impress. Hollywood is choosing a side, and it is emphatically not theirs. When William and Kate touch down, A-listers will roll out the red carpet. George Clooney, David Beckham, Spielberg, all will be jockeying for position to align themselves with power and tradition. The days of A-listers courting the Sussexes are over, replaced by a Hollywood freeze where being seen with them is a liability. Fashion icons and tech billionaires will compete for access to the Waleses, creating an aura of prestige that Meghan once imagined she could own. Meanwhile, Harry and Meghan will be relegated to the periphery. Lucky to secure a Malibu brunch invite or a fleeting headline. Hollywood does not reward grievance. It respects influence. And in this battle for cultural dominance, the Sussexes are already losing. The lesson is cruel but unmistakable. Power attracts attention. Weakness repels it. Harry and Meghan fought for freedom, convinced that leaving the monarchy meant a new empire built on their own terms. But freedom without influence is meaningless. They are free to do anything, yet nothing they do resonates. Their independence has become a gilded cage. They can't dictate events or command loyalty. Invitations vanish. Platforms shrink. Freedom in this context feels less like liberation and more like exile, a silent punishment for leaving the system that would have ensured they remained relevant and celebrated. And so the inevitable question looms. What will Harry and Meghan do when the real royals descend on America? History suggests they will act. But this time there are no winning plays. Any attempt to reclaim attention will appear desperate. An Oprah interview? Ignored. A product launch? Mocked. Even appearing uninvited would cement the narrative of irrelevance. The monarchy has reclaimed the stage. The public is invested in their story, and Hollywood is firmly aligned with tradition. The Sussex brand is on the verge of being ground into the cultural wood chipper. This isn't a mere snub. It is a decisive obliteration of the Montecito monarchy. When Charles, Camilla, William, and Catherine arrive, the message will be cutting. You wanted freedom? Now enjoy it from a distance, powerless and irrelevant, while the world continues without you. The royals are showing America what dignity looks like, and in doing so, they are showing Harry and Meghan exactly what they gave up. And as the flashbulbs ignite for William and Kate, the silence in Montecito will be deafening. A silence that says, more loudly than any statement ever could, you had it all, and you threw it away for jam.